Howdy champs, my name is Mohit, and people, I'm going to talk you through one very useful CSS trick. Now look at the browser preview in CodePen. It's an online editor. Now you see there are eight li items encapsulated in the opening and the closing UL tags. Okay, and the color red, which is coming through this rule, is applied to these li items if and only if we have 5 or more li items. Now 8 is definitely more than 5, and that's the reason the color red has been applied. Let's say for example I remove at least 4 li items. Let me cut it out. You see, the moment I do that, the color red is actually removed. Cool. Right, I'm back to 8 now. This time let's remove just 3, keeping it exactly at 5. Control X to remove the 3 li items. And we still see the color red. So quite clearly, if we have 5 or more li items, we see the color red. Let's add 2 this time. 2 li items. So just adding 2 more. And the color is still red. So which very clearly proves that the rule that I've created out here works when we have 5 or more li items. I'm going to talk you through the rule a little later. I'm going to show you how to manipulate it first. You see, we have a comma out here, so basically it's a group selector. We also have the tilde sign, which shows that it's a sibling selector 2. Right. So if this wasn't n plus 5, but was something like n plus, let's say, a 10, and n plus 10 out here too, now the meaning of the rule completely changes. It now means that as long as there are 10 or more li items, we will preserve the color red, otherwise we lose it. So how is this rule actually working? You see, I'm going to remove just one single item from here, and we're going to lose the formatting. It goes back to the default color, which is red. Black, I'm sorry. And if I were to, let's say, add an item, so instead of 10, let me make it 11. We are not going to lose the formatting. So how did this actually work? Let's do it from the very beginning. So let me keep my li items at 11. Okay, let's keep it that way. And let's start creating the rule from the very beginning. Let's destroy this rule first. Delete. Okay. Now the first rule I'm not going to touch. It says li within ULs, the font size is going to be 18px. Now that's okay. Now, that's something that you can choose. You know, you can have a different font size, which is absolutely fine. Now let's understand this rule. Colon first child and color red. Now right. Now let's understand this rule. What this rule actually means is any li item which is actually the first child of its parent should acquire the color red, and that's exactly what is happening. The the first li is acquiring the color red and not the others. I'm gonna make a change out here. I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna say the first child, which is also the nth last child, or nth 10th child. How do you write that? Nth last child 10. Basically means the nth 10th child. So from the bottom, uh, going up. Okay. So and that should acquire the color red. Now this condition is going to get fulfilled as long as we have exactly 10 items. I'm going to show that to you. We have 11 at the moment. Let me delete one li. That leaves me with the 10 li's. Now this is the only li which is the 10th last child. So from the bottom, the 10th child and also the first child. Cool. Now, let me make some change out here. Let me add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a little complicated, people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more LIs. That'll leave me with 15 LIs on the table. Okay. Since the 10th last child is not the first child anymore, the color red is actually lost. But if it were actually 15, you know, I would get back the color red. But if I were to I'm going to make a change here. I'm going to change this to n plus 5. I've still retained the color red. Now what this actually means is, you see n out here, we have to compute the equation now. N is first 0, then it becomes 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and so on and so forth. When n is actually 0, how much is 0 plus 5? That's 5. So as long as the 5th last child is also the first child, give it the color red. There will come a time when this n will be actually 10. So 10, you see, when it's 0, condition not fulfilled. When it's 1, 1 plus 5 is 6, condition not fulfilled. But then it will actually become 10. And 10 plus 5 actually equals 15. In which case the 15th last child, which is also the first child, this condition becomes true, and it, you know, the formatting red gets applied to the first child, which is actually here. Okay, so that's the reason the color gets applied. Now I'm going to change this rule slightly. I'm going to put a comma out here. I'm going to copy this rule. Everything that is before the comma, I'm going to copy it. Control C. And I'm going to paste it. I'm going to use the tilde sign because I'm going to be using these sibling characters in all LIs. Okay, everything turns red. Now, what happened out here is, I'm saying that from here plus which is basically the the first li, to, it's a group selector, to all LIs. From that rule to all following LIs, all sibling elements should acquire the color red, and that's the reason. From the first to the last li item, we get the color red getting applied to all the different li items. Now, if I were to change this to 10 and this to 10, all right, the condition is still fulfilled, because now the meaning of the rule actually changes. What the rule actually means now is, as long as we have 10 or more li items, all the sibling elements, all the following sibling elements should acquire the color red. Okay, this rule is going to hold true to the value 15, because at the moment we have I think we have 15, yeah, 15 li items. But the moment I say 16, the condition is going to fail. The condition will break and the formatting should be lost. Exactly. Okay, I know it's a little complex, but just ponder over it and you'll get it. You have a good day. Bye bye. Peace.